alone. I must hit the game. Let's do this. Yeah, phone. You arrive back at the McCoy Tavern. Lucky for you, the Inquisition set up a teleportation circle for you to use. With that circle, you could magically teleport between the capital and the crime simultaneously. It's definitely miles better than having to travel by carriage. Commander White takes notice of you as you enter the tavern. It's like he's working with a team of knights to investigate the crime scene. I'm the defense attorney in this case. I have just as much right to investigate this crime as you do. Yeah, whatever. Just remember I got my eye on you, kid. Oh, this is a lot more robust than Ace Attorney, where I can't just check anything. Inquisition left some candles, but the magical lamp is right. But there's a magical lamp right here. Wonder why they're not using those instead. There's a modern-looking lamp mounted on the wall. It's a lamp powered by artificery. Didn't expect to find something this sophisticated in a town like this.
Bah! Artificery is just another form of magic.
Actually, artificery draws from surrounding ley lines too.
I didn't ask for a science lesson, kid. Anyway, look where artificery got these folks. The Arcane's power so broken they haven't had any power for weeks. Yep, nothing can beat good old oil and flame.
Interesting. A painting of a man in a suit. There's a line of text on it. Adam Everley, politician of the Pedantic.
Heard of this guy? He's some kind of politician from one of those nations west of here. And he's pretty much a shoo-in to win whatever election they've got going on there.
An election? Was Flintheart studying democracy for his little revolution? You want a revolution, I want a revelation, so listen to my declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and when I meet Thomas Jefferson, I'm gonna compel him to include women in the sequel. Work. Painting of a mage, and there's some text on it. Samala Doglian? A legendary practitioner of the arcane arts. He mysteriously disappeared one day. He looks cute! It's rumored that he was developing a formula for a new transmutation spell. Transmutation, turn things into other things with enchantment. Buffy buffer in between, and illusion. Visual tricks to shocker for... Pretend you're someone else's dad, misguide, mislead, take on their life. War magic is like tank mage, getting lots of defense, blocking as you guess. And now you know how to play wizard, you're welcome. However, he was reckless in casting the spell, and Doglin lost control of its magic. His body was never found. Many speculate he didn't actually die during the accident, but if that's true, where did he end up?
Sounds like a cautionary tale against magic.
That might explain why Flintheart keeps it in his tavern. Either that's explained in this game, or they're hoping to make a sequel. There's a broken bottle on the floor. It's shattered close to the chalk outline of the body. The label has the word lotus juice on it.
Never heard of that brand before. Must be foreign.
And finally the body. There's a chalk outline of a person on the ground of the tavern. This is probably where Flintheart died. The outline matches the picture that the Inquisition took. Nothing seems out of place here. Okay. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the case.
Nah, as if I'd help the likes of you. I saw your bosses and I know what you're up to. That witch probably sent you to con me.
What? I'm just looking for information.
Likely story.
He was cooperative before when you let you see Celeste. Why is he being so stubborn now? Is he angry you embarrassed him in court today? In any case, you won't get anywhere at this rate. If you want his help, you'll need to persuade him through argument. Psychological profile. It helps you prepare... Okay, so we need to figure out more about him. So, what does the Arcane Inquisition do exactly?
You trying to pick a fight with me?
No, I'm just genuinely curious.
Well, I'm sure you already know, but Inquisitors investigate crimes and solve magic.
Do crimes like this happen often?
Nah, maybe once in a blue moon.
Whoops, makes sense. Most mages are in the nobility after all. Even if they're untouchable, they don't make a habit of getting into trouble with the law. You must have an easy job then.
You got that right. The only reason we exist is to clean up the nobility's messes.
Doesn't seem too happy about that. Commander White, you seem to speak negatively about my client's magic. Do you have a personal grudge against mages?
You're damn right I do.
Wow, he didn't even try to deny it.
If you had any sense, you would too. All the mage has to do is wave their hands and say some magic nonsense. Then you suddenly have a dead body on the ground. Don't get me started on mage blight. If some mages uses their magic too much, they end up snapping and going on a rampage.
I don't know if this is going too far, but why join the Inquisition if you hate mages so much, considering the fact that,
that my job is to sweep the nobility's crimes under the rug?
Sorry, I didn't mean to insinuate.
Nope, you have the right of it. Any time a noble is involved in a case, I'm ordered to look the other way.
You don't seem very happy to do that. Why would you stay in this line of work?
Because every once in a while I'm allowed to put a criminal mage behind bars. Can't go after the noble, but any other mage is fair game. Or at least they were before your boss showed up.
Your boss? Does he have something against Miss Timora? I have to ask, did something happen between you and Miss Timora?
Miss Timora? What are you, her lackey or something?
No, actually, she's my guardian.
Oh, I didn't know she even had a... Look, kid, I don't know what the deal is between you two, but no good will ever come from associating with her.
This is about the rumors, isn't it? Throughout the years, there have been several insidious rumors surrounding Miss Timora. She's been accused of forgery, blackmail, and all matter of illegal activity. It's clearly misinformation. It's clearly misinformation spread by the nobility to discredit her. She's always been fine with it, but you can't help but get angry on her behalf.
It's more than just rumors. I've seen it for myself. That woman is evil, kid.
She defends mages who don't have the protection of nobility. She's not evil, she's a hero.
Yeah, whatever.
Arms white, psychological profiles complete. Let's talk. My coffee melted into my straw and I can't drink it. Commander White seems unusually hostile towards you, and you have a feeling it's not just because you embarrassed him in court today. You can clear up this misunderstanding. You might be able to convince him to help you. Sure, let's try it. Hi, eyes. Whoops. Alright, I'm just going to come out and say it. Do you have a problem with me, Commander White?
You should know exactly what my problem is with you. I saw who you work for. Do I have to spell it out for you? Or does your boss not tell you what she gets up to?
Elocution. I don't know that word. Elocution and argument. Arguments are not always fought with hard evidence. Sometimes you need to elocute to convince your opponent that their claim is wrong. When prompted for an elocution, choose from one of 3 possible responses. Correct response can be gleaned from reading your opponent's psychological profile. Regardless of what Timora has done, I'm the one heading this case. Whatever problems you have with her, they have nothing to do with me.
Still doesn't change the fact that you work for her.
And right away, this game gets a plus for me because it's the first game for a while to cuss at me.
I've seen that woman to do all kinds of shady shit in the cases I've worked. Forgery, bribery, blackmail, you name it. I'll bet you're just the same as a suspect devil of attorneys.
I'm not Ruby Timora. It doesn't matter if the rumors are true or not. Regardless of what you've seen her do, I'm going to run an honest case.
Look, kid, I'd like nothing more to believe you, but after everything I've seen her do, I know better. Anyone taught by that woman can't be anything more than a crook.
Her way of teaching me was ruthless, I'll give you that, but the only thing she taught me was how to practice law. Have you seen me engage in any crook-like behavior? Good fucking point. Okay, I like the elocution stuff. That was cool.
You just want some info, right?
Yes, that's all I'm asking for.
Alright, I'll answer your questions. Just don't make me regret this.
You successfully persuaded Orem White. Probably goes without saying, but I don't believe that the sword is the murder weapon.
Right, I guess you have to prove that someone else put the sword there.
Did the Inquisition find anything suspicious on the scene?
If you're asking if we found another bloody weapon lying around, we definitely didn't.
That would be a little too convenient, wouldn't it?
Let's say the girl really is being framed. If there was another murder weapon, the killer probably walked out with it.
Do you think they could have hidden it somewhere in the tavern?
Doubt it. After the trial, Steelwind turned the place upside down and scared it with her magic. Someone did hide the murder weapon, they hid it well.
Or they hid it in plain sight. I can't believe you made such an obvious mistake during your investigation.
Oh, shut it with that. I already got an earful from Steelwind about that mess. Well, you don't have to worry about me mucking it up. Steelwind's basically taken over the entire investigation.
Wait, does she have authority to do that?
Normally she wouldn't, but I know better than to go against orders from no one.
Right, there's definitely a strange power dynamic between them. He's got deadbeat dad energy.
But honestly, that girl sweats the details too much. She even in my dream, men drop a scale map with crime scene.
I like her. Wait, really? Do you have a copy?
Sure, knock yourself out. Don't know how much good it'll do you.
Well, I'm gonna look at that immediately. Oh, this is weird. Is it this button? No! Okay, it's... Jesus. Okay. Oh, this is very basic. 5x5. The door is here. Oh, God. I'm good. Everything's fine. Okay, so this is the counter. The murder happened here by these two chairs. Okay. Thank you. I heard that this was Prosecutor Steelwind's first trial. She must be pretty talented if that's true.
Pain in my ass is what she is. That damn noble comes in here telling me how to do my job. Honestly, I have no idea what she's even doing in this line of work.
I heard that she's from a renowned noble house. She must be a pretty powerful mage. Hi, Blake. How you doing?
Powerful's an understatement. Steelwinds who came before her could turn this entire town into a glass crater.
Oh my god, it's Taz Balance! Here there be gerblins!
There's no way that's true, right?
You think you found everything you can here, but what does it all mean? There was no murder weapon to be found. There's no obvious evidence of another person at the scene.
Are you okay? Got quiet all of a sudden.
Alright, just focus, close your eyes, and let everything else disappear from the world.
Are you listening?
So there's no clear evidence pointing to another killer. There is, however, evidence pointing to how Flintheart moved before his death.
What?
What can we tell about how Flintheart died? How am I? I'm alright. I'm gonna turn on speech chat because my brain isn't working. Speech chat. Ooh. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna also close some tabs so that my computer doesn't catch on fire. There's no blood trail leading to or from the body. What does this imply about the location of Flintheart's death? Flintheart didn't move after the murder. No, there was no blood trail where Flintheart's body is. The lack of blood trail tells us something important, namely where Flintheart was throughout the murder. Flintheart died where he was attacked. He didn't move from this position at all.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
There's also the autopsy autopsy report, which says that he died from a stab from behind. He was probably caught off guard and was too incapacitated to move anywhere else. This means that the attack happened in the exact position he fell over. Yeah. There's also a shattered bottle of lotus juice. How did the bottle shatter? It probably fell off the table. I doubt it means anything, but the shattered bottle is right next to the body. Dropped the bottle after the attack. Flintheart dropped the bottle when he was attacked. From that, we can infer that he was holding it a moment before he was attacked. Yes.
What's so strange about one bottle, though?
It may seem like an insignificant detail, but that detail could help me infer the other elements of what happened during the murder.
Right.
There's also the fact that the artificery lights were out. Were these candles here when you arrived at the crime scene, Orem?
No, we had to light some so we could see the scene properly. We just thought it was weird too. The girl and her father must have had an argument in pitch black darkness.
What can we infer about the state of the crime scene? So, they didn't light any candles to make up for the broken lights. The crime scene had no lighting during the murder. That one just was right. Crime scene had no lighting during the murder. The argument that Celeste and Flintheart had... Whoa. The argument that Celeste had with Flintheart must have been spontaneous. I had to read that in my brain. I had a stroke. They weren't planning to have a conversation in this room. In this darkness, Flintheart wouldn't have had a lot of visibility. If he was stabbed from behind, he probably didn't see it coming. He was clearly surprised and probably in too much shock to run away. Also, the bottle may seem insignificant, but he was holding it when he attacked. Maybe he was pouring a drink for himself, or maybe it was for his visitor. Either way, the assailant must have been unseen by Flintheart.
Kid.
Or the assailant attacked him from his blind spot while his back was turned. Why would his back be turned, though? Was he distracted by something?
Kid.
What?
What was that all about?
Sorry, sometimes I just get lost in my own thoughts.
Yeah, well, cut it out.
You're freaking me out. This guy's super good. I like this guy. Orem gives me big deadbeat dad energy. He definitely feels like a magical Tyrell bad. Right. Anyway, you think you found everything you can here. You should move somewhere else. You can just go to the courthouse? Why? It's not like you get anything good. Upstairs. People keep seeing you. Oh, if people keep seeing you here, they're going to start asking questions. Leave the investigation to me. All you have to do is stay quiet until the trial is over. While heading upstairs, you spot the prosecutor having a conversation. She's so cute! Ah! They seem to be in some kind of argument. Enough. I will do as I see fit. You may be a steelman, but this is my land. Oh, sorry. Oh, you're the defense attorney from the trial. I am. I'm sorry, but who? Ah, how rude of me. My name is Lord Garrick Pierce, the ruling noble of this land. Look at this fucker. I know he's the murderer, but dang. As the ruling noble, I suppose I should thank you for playing your current role in the trial. As misguided as it may be. Look at that fucker. Look at this fucking sprite. I love it. I like this guy. Can't believe he's a murderer. Actually, I can. I seem to have a thing for this. I suppose that you also think my client is guilty? It doesn't matter what I think. The entire scandal has been nothing but a rile of the common folk. Magic is a gift for the nobility and the nobility alone. It is a symbol of aristocracy and our divine right to rule. Fuck you! Another fast. Ooh, okay, never mind. Don't like you anymore. All of that has nothing to do with her. She's just an innocent woman who got wrapped up in all of this. Even if she is innocent, the charge has been laid and made public. Someone must take the fall lest the public accuse the justice system of corruption. Oh no! Heaven forbid we get a new fucking jurisdiction. So you're saying that she could even be found guilty even if she's innocent? What do you suppose would happen if she's acquitted? All the public will see is a mage going free despite a myriad of evidence. Fuck you! I hate this guy. I can't wait to put him in prison. So let's eat the rich, Garrett. Garrick. I know it's Garrick. I'm just gonna call you Garrett because I'm sure it'll piss you off. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Tensions between the aristocracy and the common folk.
Yeah, eat the rich carrot W carrot.
What is one insignificant
Hope
guy?
I'm not interrupting anything.
No, we're just talking
Human
about
face
eating
with
the rich.
smiling
How you
eyes.
doing, James? That's enough. Stop antagonizing him, Paris. Ah, she's so cute! Help, I'm so gay! Oh, she's so good. Look at her. She's so fucking...
Doing okay.
Help!
Thumbs up.
I'm having a gay crisis. This is cute. I like her. I can't refute what he said, but I don't agree with it. What? The system should be based on truth and justice, not public opinion. Then why are you working against my client? Do you honestly think she's the kind of person that would kill her father? Doesn't matter what kind of person she appears to be. The evidence clearly points to her as the only possible killer. But you should fight according to your own ideals. Just as I will fight for
You're
mine.
not alone in thinking she's cute.
Hard to get a read on
Smiling
that
face
woman.
with smiling eyes.
She is good. I like her. She seems like a good one. Several doors lead to guest rooms, aside from the room that you and Miss Tamora used. They don't like they've been open for quite some time. There are some candles lighting up the hallway. They look like they used to be part of the old architecture.
And she has a conscience. That's always a plus.
There's a door at the end of the hallway. It looks like it's seen some use recently. You try to open the door, but it seems to be locked. Perhaps someone might have the key to opening it. Okay, well, there's nothing here, looks like. Yeah, I got everything in here so far. I have to come back here later. Alright, let's go to the Inquisition barracks and talk to her. You return to the cell that Celeste is being kept in. The ambient despair in the air fills your mind with like a horrendous stench. You do your best to ignore the emotions of the other prisoners, but you haven't had much practice in blocking out this many people. As you arrive, you see Celeste huddled down in a corner. As soon as she sees you, her dour mood. Oh my god, I can't fucking read. As soon as she sees you, her dour mood seems to shift, if only for a moment. Oh, hi, Mr. Cuthbert. There's no need to address me so formally. Just call me Tyrion. Okay. Anyway, I came here to ask you some questions about the case. Right. I'm sorry. Oh, look how cute she is, too. Even if a prisoner somehow broke through the bars, there's a 3-story drop to freedom. What did he say? Seems irresponsible to put potentially harmful item here within the prisoner, but the Inquisition doesn't seem to care about that.
We're actually in the cell with her. That's a change.
Yeah. I'm sorry for freezing up like that. I almost lost us the trial. No, there's no need to apologize. You did great. It was only thanks to her. If she hadn't calmed you down, who knows what would have happened. But I still don't understand, though. Why were the traces of magic on my dad's body? Right, those traces of magic were on the sword and the body. Magical traces of particle, magical residue. And are left behind when a mage casts a spell. They only linger for about 48 hours. That gives you a rough timeline of when the spell is cast. Did you cast Mage Blade on your sword that day? I did. I usually cast it when I train in the morning. That explains why there was traces on the sword, at least. Did the trace on my sword leave a magical trace on my dad's body? No, magical traces cannot be moved around physically. For a spell to leave that trace, it has to be active when physical contact is made. Really? What does that mean, then? Whatever killed your father had a transmutation spell active on it at the time. The magical trace on your sword was just an unlucky coincidence. I can't believe this. I don't think it was a coincidence. I think someone knew she probably had transmutation and used that to try and frame her. Could you tell me more about your father? Sorry, I know this must be difficult after everything that's happened. No, it's okay. If it helps you, I'll try my best to answer your questions. Were you too close?
We were. I'm sure you know this by now, but I was adopted by him and my mum. Even though I didn't know their blood, they treated me as if I did. He loved me with all his heart until...
Until what? This has nothing to do with the argument that they had. Oh yeah, he totally disowned her because she was a mage. I'm sorry to say this, but I could hear your argument in my room that night. Could you tell me about what happened?
For as long as I can remember, my dad has hated mages. I'm not sure why, but if you even mention magic around him, he'd fly into a rage. So I hid my magic from my family.
But why even learn magic in the first place? If you really wanted to, you could have gone your whole life without using it.
Ever since our tavern closed, my family's been in a lot of debt. I've decided to become a mercenary and use magic to enhance my ability to fight. Most mages are in the nobility, so people will pay a lot for a sellsword who can use magic.
So that's why she's a mercenary.
Hey, everyone. You have to drink water.
But I know now learning magic was the biggest mistake I've ever made. On that night, my dad found the spell compendium. When he confronted me about it, I finally came clean to him. That's when he flew into another one of his rages. He shouted at me, told me that I'd betrayed him and his family. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine how that must have felt. I deserved every bit of it. I know how much he hated magic, but I learned to use it anyways. He showed me so much love and I threw it all away.
Don't say that. I'm sure he still loved you.
No, I could see it in his eyes. He hated me. And he died hated me.
Oh, honey, no. I know he didn't because I'm pretty sure I talked to him about it. So, there's a locked door in the tavern. It's at the very end of the hallway of stairs. The Inquisition probably searched it already, but I want to give it an investigation to make sure.
A locked room at the end of the hallway. I think that's my room.
Do you know how I could get in there? It's the only room in the tavern I haven't investigated. You feel a suspicious... Yeah, that's fair. What's that look for? I'm your lawyer. I'm not going to do anything weird.
Sorry, you're right. Here, you can use this key to get inside.
Damn, bitch. Not that much of a creep. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. Oh, Cuthbert, you're back already. Sorry, guess I'm a little lost about where to go next.
I hate suspicious glares from characters named Celeste. Laughing face.
That is true, but hers is way less scary than a certain other Celeste. What is that? Use the key to enter Celeste's room. However, you started when you noticed that someone else is already inside. I already told you knights everything that I know. What word do you... Oh, aren't you Celeste's attorney? I am. Who are you? Oh, rude of me. I'm Jolene McCoy. I'm Celeste's mother. Oh, I can't give you a... Damn, I was going to make you also Scottish, but I can't do that. Actually, McCoy, the fuck am I saying? I can do whatever the hell I want. I was at the trial this morning. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for my daughter. So this is Celeste's mother. She might be able to tell you more about Flintheart. About that, do you mind if I ask you some questions for my investigation? Of course, I'll do anything I can to help. Painting of a woman with some sort of aquatic animal. Oh, I love that painting. Celeste brought it back from her travels. Supposedly, that's a woman named Madeline Kipling. From what I heard, she runs a wildlife sanctuary for endangered species. I think the animal in the painting is called a fakit. Celeste told me that she really likes them. That's interesting. You weren't aware that these kinds of creatures even existed. Table with several chairs. Must be used for entertaining guests. Doesn't look like it's
more like an axolotl to me.
I mean, it's a magic axolotl. It's a fancy-looking bed. Celeste had it custom made. Wouldn't something like this be really expensive? Plus, it was really surprised when she returned from her travels. Apparently, she was making a lot of gold from her job as a mercenary. Excuse me. Wow, you and Flintheart must have been happy for her. We are, but I still wish she'd get a less dangerous job. I mean, that's fair. It's a door leading to the upstairs hallway. Alright. Can you tell me why your husband hated mages so much? I understand that most people dislike the nobility and associate magic with them, but on that night, it's like he was furious at Celeste specifically because she was a mage. Oh, you must have talked to Celeste. I wasn't there when the argument happened, but I can only imagine what she said to her. Do Do you know what happened to him? Why does he hate magic so much? Celeste doesn't know about this, but years ago, Flintheart had a sister named Effie. When we were all children, we were friends with a boy named Garrick Pierce. He was the son of the ruling noble at the time. Yeah, that dick. We were all inseparable at the time. He'd always sneak around into town and play plus
that's
against
not
his
a real
family's
name.
wishes. They probably weren't too happy about that. He was quite a rebellious back then. But everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked and Garrick started learning how to use magic. One day when we were playing together, he wanted to show off the spells he'd learned. He told us not to use magic without his instructor there, but he was just too excited. He began casting spells, but something went horribly wrong. He lost control of his magic and
Was that
fatally
an
wounded
Avatar
Effie.
reference?
It was. We tried bringing her back to town, but by that time it was too late. She was already gone. I'm sorry, that must have been traumatizing for all of you. The next day, the Arcane Inquisition came to investigate what happened. House Pierce used their connections to cover up what happened. They even threatened Flintheart's family into keeping quiet. After that, the official story that was Effie had been mauled by a wolf. It's not surprising. The nobility seldom take responsibility for their actions, even for a mistake like that. I mean, that's fucking fair, honestly. Something changed in Flintheart after that. He began speaking out against the nobility. Eventually, he started hosting rallies in this very tavern. Each night, more and more people began listening to his word and joining his cause. The number of people he'd gotten under his banner was terrifying. There was even talk of an outright revolution against the kingdom. I might explain why someone would go out of their way to kill him. I knew how much danger
Nice.
he was putting himself
Thumbs
in.
up, my sister just recently got me into that show.
I need to watch it. I promised I would, and I haven't started yet. I knew how much danger he was putting himself in, but no matter how I tried, I couldn't convince him to stop. His attitude didn't even begin to change when until we adopted Celeste. Can you tell me more about Celeste? How did she become a part of your family? It all happened many years ago, and the McCoy Tavern was still open. We were closing one night when we found a baby with her white hair abandoned in the dining area. We waited weeks for her parents to come by, but no one ever came looking for her. And that baby was Celeste. Yeah, Flintheart and I always wanted a child, though I thought that Celeste must have been a gift from our scaled lord. But one day I saw Celeste practicing her magic. I think that's when I realised that someone from the nobility must have abandoned her at her inn. I didn't care though. I loved her all the same. I'm sure Flintheart did too. Wait, you knew she was a mage all this time? I did. You haven't known her very long, but she's a terrible liar. Flintheart must have noticed too, but I don't think he wanted to believe it. I spoke with Celeste earlier. She thinks that her father hated her because she was a mage. There's no way he'd ever feel that way. He loved her more than anything in the world. No matter what he said to her that night, nothing would ever change that. After seeing them together, you'd figured as much. Celeste was the world to him. When we adopted her, it's the first time in decades that I'd seen him so genuinely happy. Must have been really close. More than anything. You want to hear a story? Celeste had just returned from her travels. She wouldn't stop talking about this foreign drink she loved. I think it was called lotus juice or something strange like that. Well, Flintheart did everything he could to have it shipped here, called in a bunch of favours with his revolutionary friends. But in the end, he was only able to get a single bottle of it. Is it really that rare? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if there were only one bottle of lotus juice in the region. Wait a minute, lotus juice? Is this the bottle that Flintheart bought? It is? Oh no, he was going to surprise her with it. I found broken pieces next to Flintheart's. Well, I found them in the dining area. That's strange. Been keeping it in our room so you wouldn't find it. Really? When was the last time you saw it? Right before I left the house that night. It's right before their big argument. So it wasn't just laying around in the bar. He decided to retrieve it after the argument. Oh, that's so cute. He wanted to say I'm sorry with the favorite drink. Alright, you think you've investigated everything you can but now, but there's still one last thing you need to do. Ready yourself for one last conversation with Celeste. I already know what I have to do. Oh, you're back. Did you forget something? Actually, there's one last thing I wanted to talk to you about. Oh?
Nothing shady about a drink with that name.
Earlier, you said something that I just can't let go. You said that your father died hating you, but after everything I heard about him, I don't think that's true. Your father loved you, Celeste, even in his final moments. Ah. Looks like it won't be that simple. You'll need to win an argument. I need to fight you. Let's fight. Let's go.
I know you're just trying to make me feel better, and I really do appreciate it, but everyone knows that my father hated mages.
There's no reason behind it. I don't know if it's my place to say this, but there's a reason why your father hated mages so much. What? When Flintheart was a child, he had a younger sister. She was tragically killed by a mage decades ago.
Logic
That's why he
chess.
had such an immense hate
Face.
of magic.
I never knew. But that doesn't change anything. It's all the more reason for him to hate me. I knew how much he hated magic, but I still learned to use it anyways. Magic killed someone he loved. No wonder he was furious.
Wait, sorry, what am I doing? Selfish of me to learn magic. But you didn't learn magic to benefit yourself, did you? You learned it to save your family after your tavern was shut down. You're a good person, Celeste. You did everything you could to help your family. I'm sure your father recognized that.
Just shut up. Shut up! Just stop it! You weren't there. You didn't hear what he said to me. I could see it in his eyes. There's no way he could ever forgive me. Take a look at this picture, Celeste. A shattered bottle. Is that a bottle of lotus juice?
Do you know where I found this? On the floor of your family's inn.
That can't be true. I tried to find it here, but no one sells it in Wyvengard.
Your father knew how much you loved this drink. He called in quite a few favors just so he could have it imported for you.
What? He did that?
Your father didn't hate you, Celeste. He loved you more than anything.
That doesn't change anything. If he did that all for me, it was before he knew about my secret. I'm sure he never would have done that if he knew the truth.
That's not true at all.
What the hell would you know about him? You barely even knew him. How could you possibly know how he felt about me? Don't you think I want to believe that he still loved me before he died? But I know the truth. There's no way he could ever forgive me for what I did.
It's not just the fact that he bought the drink for you. It's also where the bottle was when it was shattered.
What do you mean?
Your mother said that the bottle was stowed in her room before your argument, but I found the shattered bottle in the lobby where his body was. I ran into him before I went to look for you. He was upstairs going to his room. That can only mean one thing. He went to retrieve the bottle after your argument ended. Because he was going to give it to you, Celeste. He was going to give you a gift to apologize for what he said to you. Your father loved you, Celeste. And as tragic as it is, he was going to try and apologize to you before he was murdered. I'm gonna fucking cry.
I don't like this.
Ah,
My dad works.
smiling face with smiling eyes.
He's so cute. Oh, honey. Oh, sweetie. I can't believe I had to emotionally text her like that. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I think I'm okay now.
Oh, sweetie.
I've been thinking such
Hugging
Horrible
face.
things this entire time. Just you and gives you a warm smile. Oh yes, that's the smile of a winner. It's probably the first time you've seen her genuinely smile this whole ideal.
Thank you. Is everything really going to be okay?
I'll make sure of it. I'll get justice for you and your father. It doesn't matter who stands in my way, even if they're a man, king, or god.
You're completely different now.
What happened to that nervous wreck from before? Look at that fucking... Okay, that's the same as Garrick. She's related to Garrick in some way. Trial is going to resume soon. With that, you've done everything you can for now. You've learned a lot about what happened the night of the murder. You just hope it's enough. But even... sorry, a bug just flew in my face. But even with your investigation, you still don't know what the prosecution has planned. I don't know what it is, but I like her.
I hate looks like that from characters named Celeste. Laughing face.
Very good. Has Pierce told you all the details, Mr. Rudolph? Will you remember them? Yes, I pride myself on my eidetic Eidetic?
Look at her! She's so good!
Just so there are no misunderstandings, I do not approve of this. You said it yourself, Lady Steelwind. There's no possible way that I could have done the deed. It has to be the bastard child. We don't know what sort of tricks. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. You're manipulating the child. She's 18.
Eidetic is a real world.
Eidetic. Yeah, I had a feeling it was a word. I just, you know. Hello, Cuthbert. Oh, hi, Mr. Mora.
Word.
You're a lot less jumpy than you were yesterday. Glad to see you're finally getting used to things. So, what did you find in your investigation? You tell Mr. Mora everything you learned over the investigation. There aren't a lot of clues to point what actually happened. Yeah, I know a lot of the details of the crime scene, but nothing about the crime itself. This means I'll have to rely solely on pointing out the contradictions in the witness's testimony. Being reactive to the prosecution's moves is a valid strategy. Honestly, I think it's a miracle you got through the commander to be cooperative with you at all.
Naturally.
Okay, bye. Okay, something did happen. I don't trust her at all. She's gonna be like the final killer.
Court is resumed for the trial of Celeste McCoy. Let's review the proceedings from yesterday. Yesterday, the defense presented some shocking oversights made during the investigation.
Yes, I personally saw to it that the investigation was conducted properly this time.
I see. I suppose that puts my mind at ease.
At yesterday's trial, we found an inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, the defense tried to push the following narrative.
Poor
A third
gumshoe.
party must have interfered with the crime scene to frame the defendant. However, the prosecution has discovered another explanation. Because of that, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night. His eyewitness account will clear up what actually happened.
Interesting. That was my understanding of the individual in question wanted to remain anonymous.
Supposedly, the witness was within the gallery at the trial yesterday. After yesterday's proceedings, he felt he couldn't stay silent any longer. So that's a plan. But why would the witness change his mind like that? Did Steelwind persuade him? Or is something else happening here?
Very well. Let's hear it from this witness.
Sup, fucker?
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
My name is Riz Reginald Rudolph. Jesus. I am the chauffeur of the equine variety. You're a horse rider. Got it.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm unfamiliar with that profession.
He means to say he's a carriage driver.
Oh, I see, but in any case, it's my understanding that you found the body. Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph?
Mr. Rudolph appears to be writing something in a notebook, but they couldn't put that in the sprites, apparently. He writes it with incredible speed. His pen only touches the paper for maybe a second before he's filled an entire page.
Mr. Rudolph?
Ah, forgive me. I was merely taking notes on the people in this room. Okay. The witness has a certain compulsion to keep a record of every event that he's witnessed. Yeah. Sure you did. We had initially concluded that the evidence alone was decisive enough. Therefore, we saw no need for his time for his testimony. However, those circumstances clearly changed during yesterday's trial. Yeah. Show me. This game is way more... I know Dev told me, but this game is a lot more bare bones than the Ace Attorney that it is referencing. Like, sprite-wise. Because they could have shown that he was writing in a sprite, and they chose not to do that. I guess the sprites are a lot more detailed than Ace Attorney, but you didn't have to go so detailed. You could have foregone detail and gone, in terms of, like, physical design, and gone with more animations. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. This occurred at 1:28 a.m. Worried that something was amiss, I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. Saw the defendant. She was lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights. Nope. I already know that's a lie.
Incredible. If everything occurred as the witness described, I see no room for the debate.
Of course, the evidence has always been irrefutable. You don't remember seeing him when you looked. It's hard to say, but it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, I already know it's a lie. Bro. 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 Bro.
Objection!
Bro. Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim, and you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so. Yes, I could never forget such a grisly sight. That moment was burned into my memory. I see. Well, it is funny you say that. How so? Because your entire testimony was a complete lie. What? Are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that the accusations can't be made lightly, Mr. Cuthbert. My accusation is far from baseless, Miss Steelwind. Take a look at this report. The dining room lights are artificery devices that are powered by an arcane power cell. However, that same arcane power cell was broken during the time of the murder. The dining room lights had no energy. The room would have been pitch black. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less homicide.
Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. Backhand index pointing right.
Wait, I can explain. There's no need, witness. You could have easily seen another source of light. Perhaps one of the McCoys lit a candle because of the blackout. The witness clearly described a source of blue light. A candle or lantern wouldn't emit a colour like that. Then the witness was clearly mistaken. The witness records everything he sees in his notebook. He even remembers the exact times that each event occurs. Why would he be incorrect about such a clear and obvious detail? It's a good fucking point. No, what the witness saw was clearly some form of magic. Due to the lack of power, it couldn't have been artificery. It must have been an arcane spell. That's it!
What is it, witness?
I have made an incorrect assumption. Please allow me to revise my testimony. If the witness wants to revise his testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him. If he thinks he saw something different, it's only fair to hear him out. You'll tear through each of his lies no matter what he does. Yeah, let's see your next easy lie. I remember now, yesterday it was revealed that Flintheart was killed using magic. Yeah. I must have seen Flintheart's magic daughter channeling a magic spell. The spell was called Mage Blade, am I correct? That's it. The blue glow that I saw must have been created by Mage Blade. Oh, you fucking dipshit. I don't have it. Where is it? There it is! Hey! It's yellow, you fuck! It's yellow, you bitch! I already know that! This game is stupid easy compared to Ace Attorney.
Objection!
Mr. Rudolph, you don't know that much about magic, do you? Of course not! Are you trying to say that I should have recognized Celeste's Mage Blade? No, I admit you probably wouldn't know about Mage Blade, but that's exactly where your mistake was. My mistake? Mr. Rudolph, you were aware of how Mage Blade works, then you would know that the spell emits a yellow radiant glow, which means the blue glow you saw couldn't possibly have been Mage Blade. This is ridiculous. I'll grant you that the witness clearly remembers seeing a blue glow, but what significance could such a minor detail have? It's extremely significant, Prosecutor Steelwind. If the witness did see a blue magical glow, then he must have witnessed another spell at the scene. Preposterous, you don't have any evidence to back that claim. That blue light made a large impression on the witness. He wrote it down in his book, and he specifically mentioned the color. There's no way he would have been mistaken about something like that. So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph? Did you see my client at the crime scene? Casting a spell she couldn't possibly cast, or did you see another mage at the scene? Well... So there's the blue light special at Kmart. Your Honor, the defense has no right to accuse the witness like this. Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. If you are found to have lied in your testimony, you will be prosecuted. No, wait, please! No, that's quite enough of that. Garrick Pierce suddenly stepped down from the gallery and walked to the witness stand. He's breaking every possible rule in the rule book, but no one moves to stop him. The bailiff looks at the judge nervously, but the judge narrows his eyes and carefully watches Pierce. Pierce, meanwhile, shoves his still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins dressing the courtroom. What's he even doing here? Gee, I wonder. It's almost like he committed the murder or something.
Ouch.
I will not stand by while you harass my servant. Pierce, we discussed this. Look at that sprite. That's a good one. There's no need for you to take the stand. And what, pray tell, did they discuss? Nonsense, I have nothing to hide. If you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have had to intervene. Fuck you.
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Steelwind? Who is this man? Miss Steelwind.
This is Garrick Peace, Your Honor. That is Lord Garrick Peace to you, Steelwind. She's also a noble. Fuck you. I am the honorable heir to the Pierce Noble House. In any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault.
What do you mean?
You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I could remain anonymous. Okay. Okay. You're telling me that you had Rudolph lie for you? God, fuck this guy. I hate you.
Barnacle Head.
Fine, you fuck nugget. Let's do this. On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep, so I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven. I happened to be passing by the McQuaid Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. Then I saw the scene inside. I saw the defendant stabbing the poor man twice with a sword. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm kind of glad Garrick doesn't have detailed animations. Laughing face.
Wait, are you joking? Oh, what is that? Sorry. I don't want to be too harsh on this game because it is a fan project, but really? What's with all the empty space down here below the profile pictures? You could have put like a little description. Like, I'm sorry. I have to put you on blast here. Like, Phoenix Wright all had tiny little descriptions of the characters. And they're not like, you know, they're not the most detailed thing, but they're there.
That's fair.
Look at all this empty space. You couldn't have had someone put in text? I don't know. That just seems lazy to me. Like, this, I understand why there's not that much room. But, like, if this is the case, why did you make it so big? I don't want to be mean. So far, the game is okay. It's just there are some decisions they've made that I'm confused about. I like the elocution stuff. There's no doubt about it. He's the only person that could have left the traces of transmutation. I'm sorry. This must be a lot for you right now. Don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down. I know what's fucked up, but I need to press him. Seems like a strange way to pass the time, not that you believe him for a second. The witness's eccentricities are beside the point. What matters is that he was clearly at the scene. I wouldn't quite put it that way, but nevertheless.
I sense an updated autopsy report coming up.
Probably. I'm guessing this commotion was the argument between my client and the victim. One could conclude that, yes. As we all know, both of them became quite loud during the night of the argument. It's not unreasonable to say that the witness heard them from his carriage. So at the tavern entrance, that would mean he was here. You saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance. Quite dark considering the lights weren't operational. Even if my client used Mage Blade at the time. Ah, of course, I'd forgotten the detail. Couldn't see what was happening, so I used my magic to illuminate the scene. You used magic at the crime scene? Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. The same blue light must have been what my driver saw. I thought Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all. If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. Must have been that part of the detail from his testimony earlier. Actually makes a lot of sense now that you think about it. Rudolph was so sure he saw a blue light. It would be strange if he was lying about that. But anyway, what spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene? It was the Conjure Light spell. Luxo. If each cube is 5 feet, then yeah, there's no way, bro.
Or you could just say, PK Flash.
PK Flash! No, that's not what PK Flash does, technically. PK Flash actually insta-kills the player. The enemy,
Hey,
not the player.
everyone.
I mean, it can kill the player,
You have
but
to drink water.
you know what I mean. I see no reason to invade the witness's privacy over a trivial illumination spell.
True.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do I present?
Objection!
I guess either probably would have worked. Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminated the scene from the tavern entrance, and you only took a single step into the building. Of course. I remember it very clearly. I only stood at the entrance. In that case, I'd like for you to look at the map of the tavern. Take a look at this map. It would place you right here, where the W is. Am I correct? Of course I was. I don't know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat that fact. Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there, considering conjuring light only illuminates an area within 15 feet. The spell's range is irrelevant. We've already established that the victim could have been illuminated by Mage Blade. During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated he couldn't see what was happening. That's why he conjured light in the first place. However, conjure light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination for up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. If he had stayed at the entrance, the spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene.
It wasn't very effective.
Well, I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce did illuminate the crime scene. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened. Well, there's only one way for the scenario to make sense, Your Honor, and that would be if Garrick Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy. Hold on for a moment. This is absurd. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room. And which spell would that be, Pierce? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one it is now that I think about it. You idiot. Well, maybe we can figure it out together when you relinquish your spell compendium to the court. What? This is a clear violation of my privacy. Steelwind, why aren't you objecting to this? If you had listened to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed, now lie in it. Fuck, I love her. I love her. She's a queen. That is a queen right there. That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objections with everything that has occurred. I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell compendium.
I'm
to
with
the
you
court.
there.
Garrick Pierce's spell compendium. It contains the formulas for the following spells: Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid. Prestidigitation? The caster creates a simple and harmless visual effect around their hand. This effect will last as long as they maintain
Is he
concentration.
the avatar?
It causes water to magically flow out of the caster's hand. The water will flow so long as the caster... Okay. Range is hit immediately with a blast called air. Liquid hits immediately frozen, and organic life will immediately enter stages of hypothermia. That's kind of broken. Shape Liquid. While concentrating on this spell, caster can magically manipulate up to 10 liters of liquid and form it into complex shapes. Okay, I think I know what happened. I think I know what happened now because of shape liquid specifically. I like Ficocua. That's a great incantation. I think I know what happened. I think the bottle got broken during the attack. I think he did stab him with, not with a sword necessarily, but with the liquid from the lotus juice bottle. I think the bottle got shattered and he used shape liquid to turn it into a sort of sword and used that to stab Flintheart. That's my current theory.
Makes sense.
Look at this bastard. That his presence is enough to reasonably doubt to acquit the defendant. Well, normal case miss definitely, but this is different for a trial. Public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic. Unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence, the court will keep drawing out this case. It's just how the system works. A court system doesn't exactly exist to exact justice. It exists so that the kingdom can save face. Cool.
Objection!
Oh shit! Possible suspect. The very idea is that is preposterous, Your Honor. Let's revisit the basic facts of the case, shall we? Flintheart McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation
face.
spell active on it. Mr. Cuthbert, why didn't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows? You've realised it too, haven't you? Wait. Fuck you! Fuck you! I love you, Steelwind, but fuck you! Look, shape liquid, school, transmutation. My theory is still correct. In fact, 1, 2, 3 of his spells are the only 3 that aren't transmutation. He could have used Frost Wave and fucking shape liquid. Fuck you! Don't think I don't know how to do my goddamn research, bitch! I've played every Ace Attorney game and I've almost played every case. Yeah, so he created a solid object, you fuck. Oh my god. Do your research and come back to me when you're ready to play in the big leagues. God, someone better clip that. That can't be right. Yeah, it's not. Oh, this is the same as knowing where the murder... I know where the murder weapon is. You're right. It's absolutely right, Lady Steelwind. I couldn't have possibly committed the murder. I see. That
To
might.
be fair,
Woodley.
they make you show your work a lot in Ace Attorney, too.
Yeah. You're all stupid. Nobody's smart but me. I need to make that a button on my stream deck.
Nobody's smart but me!
Hang on, I'm putting that in my... I'm downloading that so I can... I can
Nice.
put that on my thing. Don't worry, I already know what I have to do, game. Don't act like I didn't figure this shit out. Please wait, Your Honor. We still can't conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime. What are you on about? Lady Steelwind said it herself, you commoner. Wow, you've just become a huge bitch, haven't you? I don't know how that spell can be channeled through a metal blade. Which is right, which can only mean one thing. You didn't use a metal blade, did you? I'm too smart for this game! What nonsense
Is this some peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand?
Is this some stupid person joke that I'm too smart to understand, Mr. Garrick? I know you're making a joke about the fact that he called me a commoner. The autopsy report clearly states that the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he have possibly committed the crime? Which spell did Lord Pierce... Yeah, I know. But also, where's the picture of it? There's a picture of the crime scene, thank you. There's a liquid pattern. Look at the liquid pattern. That's the liquid of the blade he used. That's why the transmutation spell looks so weird, because he used a blade, stabbed him, and then he used it to melt the liquid. That's why it looks like that. I'm the genius. I am a genius. You see, Your Honor, Garrick Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. He killed him using an object shaped exactly like a sword. What? I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert. I'd like the court to take a look at Mr. Pierce's spell compendium. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shape Liquid, with it he can control a body of water and shape it into any complex shape he wants. Then he can freeze that liquid, maintaining its current shape. A shape like a sword. What? No, it's impossible What do you have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce? What do I have to say? Bitch! Bitch! I'll tell you exactly what I have to say, you commoner. I'm not the one on trial here. We're here because that bastard child didn't know her place. She's just a peasant. She still learned arcane arts. And look what happened. That girl used the holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage. She couldn't have. I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. I'm gonna save briefly. Can I not save? Oh, I can't. The game won't let me. Cool. Cool! Okay, fine. You got me. Ace Attorney lets me save whenever I want. This game, I guess the developers knew that you could do that. And how, pray tell, did you see everything? If you recall, you testified that you only took a step inside the inn, but you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client to conjure light. Damn, dude. But you didn't just keep that detail out for your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury. His lies haven't gone unnoticed. And let's not stop there. For your story to be true, you would have needed to be within 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just finished committing a murder. Wouldn't she have noticed you?
Of course Twitch would ask me to verify my phone number while the important stuff's happening. Unamused face.
Fucking Twitch was like, you don't get to see the cool shit. If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. Why didn't you? Don't you have a duty to your citizens? Woman's arms, there's no reason to put. She was wielding a sword after the murder. I was terrified when I saw her holding that bloody sword. My life was in danger. She was wielding the sword after the murder? But no. But that can't be right, can it, Lord Pierce? This photo of the crime scene shows that the sword was left in the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it there? What? I came here to reveal the truth and testify against that criminal. Yeah, no, fuck off. You talk about justice, but you've committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You're clearly not acting in good faith. You don't care about justice, you want to further your own agenda. So admit it, Pierce, you created a makeshift sword using shape liquid, and you used it to impale Flintheart. You shoved my client's sword into the wound after the remnants of the real murder evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? Okay. No.
Oh my
No.
gosh. Grinning squinting face.
No, that is a literal trace. There is no way you didn't trace that. I don't care. There is no fucking way you did not trace that, devs. Okay, no. I know that sprite way too well for me to not know that you did not trace this, okay? I know you traced that. His other arm is even in the same fucking position. You did not do that. You can't do that. It's the exact same, okay? You can't do that, devs. Look, I'm willing to let you cut corners. I'm fine with it, but this is just a blatant copy, okay? You can't do that. I know. Listen, I like the homage to Kristoff. Kristoff is my second favorite bad guy in the series, but I'm pretty sure this is an actual just straight up trace of his sprite, and I'm not sure that's legal.
Pierce's mouth is a little less open, but that's about the only difference.
Oh, that's so fucking good, though. You see, it would have been a perfect crime because any evidence to support that theory is evaporated with that frozen blade. It really hasn't, actually, you dipshit. It's right there! I know where it is, you doofus. No. Straight up, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have paused for that long, but I had to put that on blast because that was a direct, listen. This also this isn't a direct ripoff, it isn't a direct trace, but it does look suspiciously like a certain ace detective. I'm not saying that they directly ripped the sprite, because they didn't, because his arms are way more out than his, but definitely looks, definitely reminds me of that one sprite.
Here I am, the tragic clown.
Oh, bro. I despise people like you. You twist the system to serve your own ends. You trample on the lives of innocent people. But as long as I'm here, I will never let that happen again. Look at that! Okay, I can't deny. Empowered eye! Let's do this. What did I just do? Once again, you see Pierce's thoughts through the eye of Horus. This sensation feels different from how it usually is. It's more intense and potent. It's almost as if you can do more than read his surface level thoughts. Activated Empowered Eye. With it, you'll be able to see more than the witness's thoughts. You'll be able to affect what they think about project items into Pierce's mind to evoke thoughts from him. You want to project items that make him think about the murder. Invoke the right thoughts to raise your insight. Once insight gauge is filled. Bro, I already know what I have to. Even now, that image is still lingering in my mind. I didn't expect this experience to have such an effect on me. What an ornate sword. Wonder how a commoner like her obtained such a thing. I wonder if the Inquisition would let me have it once this girl is convicted. Huh. Why am I thinking of such a thing?
There's no way this is legal. Laughing face.
I mean, if they don't catch him. After all the trouble I went to, I can't believe the lawyer figured out the spell I used. Well, no matter. It's not as if this ever... Lucky that fool had a bottle of water with him. Water from the bottle. Wait, a bottle? Well then, as riveting as this has been. No, fuck you. Now wait a minute, Pierce. What is it now, you wretch? Say it as many times as you need to hear.
Not
There's
saying
no
I
evidence
disapprove.
You're right, Pierce. If you did use shape liquid on a body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if you didn't use shape liquid on a body of water? What if it was another type of liquid? What are you going on about? Pierce, shape liquid doesn't just work on water. Works on all kinds of liquids. The shattered bottle contained the liquid you cast your spell on, didn't it? That bottle. Pierce, I found the shattered bottle on the ground near the victim's body. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have decided to use any liquid you can find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid in his hands. I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had something to analyse the broken pieces of this bottle, would we find traces of transmutation magic? You little... That still proves nothing. So what if there are traces of magic on the shattered bottle? You still don't have a murder weapon. I wasn't finished, Pierce. You see, the liquid contained in this bottle wasn't water. Soda. A blade of ice made out of water would have evaporated entirely. Why are people saying that? That's not true. But a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle-dried residue. I wondered why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body. If we checked the outline of that trace, I bet we'd find a dried puddle of soda residue. That would prove you used your magic on the soda. There's your murder weapon, Pierce. I want to see his breakdown animation. Show it to me. And that is checkmate. Bailiff, tell Orem to analyse the crime scene at once. We must determine if this puddle of soda residue exists. The time window to find traces of magic is closing. So we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puddle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of traces of transmutation magic. We checked the broken bottle too. There were traces of transmutation magic on it as well. There's no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda. I see. Thank you, Orem. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand. What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What do you think you've accomplished here today? Do you honestly think you can indict me? I'm an aristocrat from the highest elegance of a society. That fool of a man was an insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by retrieving him. Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell. First-degree murder is Holy shit, we're gonna kill him! First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce. I suggest you remain silent lest you incriminate yourself further. Shut your insidious mouth. Oh, fuck yeah! Well, what are you waiting for? Take him away. I love her! I love her! I love her!
Just take it easy, now. Laughing face.
She's the best! I'll be honest, when I realized the murder weapon was evaporated, I thought the case was shot. Can't believe you were able to turn that around. It was just luck. If you had used water, it would have been done for. Nothing to do with luck. You were able to deduce which liquid he used, and you did it just by looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skills of deduction never cease to amaze me. It's not exactly true, but with Celeste there, you can't tell her about your new ability. You're all quite lively. There's no need for such hostility, though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker. Okay, yeah, something weird shit happened with her. I must admit, I was hoping to test my blade against you directly. However, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary. It's just some kind of game to you. You talk about trials as if there's some kind of competition. Your actions almost condemned it. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'm actually pissed now. I thought you were chill, but without her, we would have been fucked. She's the one who got Pierce arrested. How about you show some fucking respect? Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was just our system working as intended. I know. In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert. I love her. She's the best. Of course we do. Don't worry about the details. I'll handle everything.
Burgers.
Jesus, Tibora. Nice. That ruled. Okay. The cold-hearted aristocrat. Done. Okay. What? Okay. Interesting that it just kicked me to the main scene. I'm gonna go to the bathroom because I am very, very needing to pee. But yeah, I'll start the next place. This game has some weird intricacies that I don't understand. And I will figure it out when I get back. Hi. Oh, wow. My mic really isn't sensitive enough. Hang on. Let me fix that. I turned my mic sensitivity down really low for recording, like, covers and stuff because I clip super easy. So sometimes I don't notice that my mic is extremely quiet because I forgot. But you should be able to hear me much better now.
No worries.
I was just saying, like, this game has a lot of weird intricacies. Whenever I talk to a character, for example, they answer. They don't. Wow, brain. They don't. Like, I have to go into the talk menu each time. Can I assume that these 5 are the accused? Because they're really good.
Wait, let me go. I'm not going anywhere until I see her.
I'm sorry, Wallace, but she's already passed. There's nothing more they could have done.
How? This academy teaches the best mages in the...
Whoa! Wait, necromancy.
Hey, everyone. You have to drink water.
This guy's a necromancer. Okay, cool, neat. Celeste's attention is sharply focused on the chessboard between you two. You see her eyes quickly dart from
9 nay
piece
on
to
the
piece.
necromancy nay. Neutral face.
Just give me a second. I can still win this.
Celeste, there's no way for you to avoid checkmate next turn. Just surrender.
There, what about that?
Checkmate.
Damn it!
Would you two keep it down? We are in a library. Miss Tomorrow glanced at the chessboard. I hope you didn't spend the entire morning playing around.
I've been working hard, Ruby. I've already learned 2 new spell formulas since we got here.
Have you? Okay, well.
Just kidding, but I do think necromancy's super overrated. Laughing face.
That's fair. Well, at least there's that. What about you, Cuthbert? I couldn't find any books about the subject we've been looking into. You spent the entire day combing through the kingdom's imperial library, researching the Eye of Horus. During Celeste's trial, you awakened
The
to a
stunned
new ability
silence
that
is
you've
very
never used
reassuring.
before. Up until then, you thought that the eye could only see surface level thoughts. Well, I didn't think shit. I didn't know. Don't assume I knew things. I don't know anything except how smart I am. But during the moment with Garrick Pierce, the Eye of Horus was empowered, and you could see far more than usual. Sorry, I'm itchy. You told Miss Tamora about what happened, and it made you both wonder what hidden abilities the Eye might have. You both decided it's time to find out more about the Eye and its origins. The library supposedly held the entire kingdom's knowledge and base and magic of the arcane arts, but you couldn't find a single mention of the ability like the Eye. Does the kingdom seriously lack knowledge about it? Or do we need to look somewhere else? Are you sure you can't just tell me what you're researching? I've travelled around the world. I might have seen something like it. You entertained the thought for a moment, but you haven't known her very long. The Eye of Horus is a supernatural ability that can't be detected by the spell compendium. You've always been wary about what the kingdom might do to you if they ever found out about it. Sorry, it's not something I can really talk about.
Fine.
Oh, she's so weird!
Terribly sorry if I startled you. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Oh, it's fine, Wallace. I'm sorry, that was incredibly rude of me. My name is Eris Ilmater.
She's an illusionist, not a necromancer. You joking?
And this is Wallace Nightgrave. We're both students here. Hi.
Aw.
He.
Exactly the vibe I thought of. Not to be rude, but this was a private conversation. Just how much did you hear?
I wonder. Reading about supernatural is actually a hobby of mine. I might be able to help you with your research, Mr. Cuthbert.
What makes you so sure that this is what... What makes you so sure that that is what we're researching? I can't read.
Mr. Cuthbert has a bad habit of muttering to himself when he thinks. I assumed his research had something to do with the supernatural.
But anyway, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Of course, I'd be happy to.
That was weird. Isn't Bahamut Satan?
I noticed that, too. Face with raised eyebrow.
Sorry, I'm hungry, I'm eating.
It's a mythical creature that lives below the earth, apparently.
Whoa! Cool ass sprite. Also, suddenly Monica.
What the? I missed it. Did she do a fourth wall break or something?
Okay, lady.
Ah. LOL.
Okay. yeah, Bahamut, the dragon.
So that's the Scaled Lord. I should have figured.
Rithalion. Like, okay. I don't want to harp on the sprite work because the sprites are beautiful. But, like, look at all the different hooks and belts and shit on her outfit. If they had cut that down by, like, half, her animations could have been more animated, I guess. Now, who are you? Bellwether. Ooh, you're cute.
Suddenly, Ms. Primrose.
Okay, yeah.
Excuse me, what the heck? Laughing face.
Same, dude. I love you. You are the best. Wow. Also, Eris is totally... Yeah, she totally... Eris is doing something.
Seriously, though, leads to nothing but trouble is a direct quote from Ms. Primrose in PL vs. AA.
Oh, lots of people say things like that. Aww.
That frown of hers, though. Smirking face.
Ow. Acknowledged.
Dang. Okay, can I have your compendium, please? Rude.
I'm not sure if you noticed, but the voice of Professor Bellwether.
That's their Dewey Decimal System, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. They're totally gonna use the construct for something in this murder then.